Did you know the Hinsdale House in rural New York has over 100 documented paranormal encounters? This unassuming farmhouse has terrified investigators and families alike for decades. From ghostly apparitions to violent attacks, the Hinsdale House holds a reputation as one of the most haunted places in America. But what happened here to spark such relentless activity? Tonight, we dive into the chilling story of the Hinsdale House and the family that dared to call it home. The Hinsdale House, nestled in the remote countryside of New York, appears charming at first glance. Surrounded by serene hills and thick forests, it seems like the perfect escape from the hustle and bustle of city life. But beneath its idyllic exterior lies a dark history, a story of terror that unfolded in the 1970s. The house became the scene of relentless paranormal activity when the Dandy family moved in, hoping to start anew. The family of four, parents Phil and Clara and their two children, thought they were stepping into a fresh chapter of peace. Instead, they were about to face unimaginable horrors that would shatter their lives. At first, the strange occurrences were small enough to dismiss. Doors creaked open or closed on their own, whispers echoed in empty rooms, and footsteps thudded upstairs when no one was there. Cold spots chilled the air, and family members began feeling an unexplainable sense of being watched. Clara Dandy tried to rationalize it. "Old houses make noise," she told herself. But the house didn't just make noise. It seemed alive, aware of them, and angry. The activity escalated quickly. Furniture moved on its own. Crucifixes fell off walls. Lights flickered unpredictably, even when electricians found nothing wrong with the wiring. The family's dog, normally calm, growled and barked at empty corners. And then came the night when their peace turned into a nightmare. One night, Clara woke to loud bangs reverberating through the house. She described hearing something heavy dragging across the floors, followed by a low, guttural growl echoing in the darkness. Her husband Phil, armed with nothing but a flashlight, searched the house, but there was no one there. Then came the apparition. Clara and Phil both saw it, a translucent figure standing at the foot of their bed, its presence heavy and malevolent. It lingered for what felt like hours before dissolving into the air. That night, their belief in the paranormal was cemented. As days turned into weeks, the Dandy family found themselves under siege. The activity grew increasingly violent. Objects were thrown across rooms with force. The children began waking up with unexplained scratches on their arms. And then, Clara heard something that would haunt her for the rest of her life. A voice calling her name in a hushed, raspy whisper. The family sought help from their local church, convinced they were dealing with something demonic. A priest visited the Hinsdale house to bless it, but his presence only seemed to aggravate whatever was lurking there. The priest reported being physically attacked during the blessing and left, shaken, advising the family to move out immediately. Desperate for answers, the Dandies reached out to Ed and Lorraine Warren, the famous paranormal investigators of The Conjuring fame. While the Warrens weren't directly involved in this case, another team of paranormal experts led by psychic Alex Tanos took on the investigation. Tanos reported feeling an overwhelming presence upon entering the house. Using a seance, the team attempted to communicate with the spirits, hoping to uncover their origin. What they discovered was chilling. Multiple entities inhabited the house, including a vengeful spirit tied to a dark, tragic past. Through research, the investigators unearthed the dark history of the land. Stories of murder, Native American curses, and a tragic hanging on the property seemed to explain the relentless activity. The farmhouse had reportedly been a site of violence and death for over a century, and its soil seemed soaked in sorrow. The investigators also experienced unexplainable phenomena firsthand. During their time at the Hinsdale house, their equipment malfunctioned repeatedly. A camera capturing video footage froze at the exact moment a shadow figure appeared. EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, picked up chilling whispers like "get out" and "leave us alone." The family's most terrifying encounter happened during the final months of their stay. Late one evening, a loud crash jolted them awake. They rushed to the living room to find furniture overturned and a dark shadow moving across the walls. The oppressive energy in the room was suffocating, and the children began screaming uncontrollably. Phil later recalled seeing a figure, tall, with glowing red eyes, standing in the corner, staring at them with pure hatred. Clara, clutching her children, begged it to leave, but the entity only seemed to grow stronger. The family fled the house that night, never to return. The Dandies eventually left the Hinsdale house for good, but their experiences left lasting scars. They refused to speak of what happened for years, traumatized by the relentless haunting they endured. The house, however, didn't remain quiet. It became a hub for paranormal investigators, who continue to report eerie encounters to this day. The property's current owner, Daniel Clace, has embraced its reputation, hosting ghost tours and paranormal investigations. Many visitors report hearing disembodied voices, seeing shadow figures, and feeling an overwhelming sense of dread. The Hinsdale house remains a mystery. Is it truly haunted by the spirits of its dark past, or is its reputation fueling people's imaginations? Whatever the case, it stands as one of the most infamous haunted locations in the United States, drawing skeptics and believers alike. So what do you think? Are the haunting tales of the Hinsdale house real, or is there a more logical explanation? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy exploring chilling stories like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got more ghostly tales and haunted histories coming your way. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the most peaceful looking places hold the darkest secrets.